we just got some interesting piece of news regarding the new character Roxy. Her banner was supposed to end the 13th, which is, when the next week reset actually happens. But if you go to the website where the patch notes are located, you can see they actually extended it for 2 more weeks. Very, very unusual for them to do so. They very rarely extend banners, and the only times they've done were for characters that would actually combo with future banners. Now, there's other reason why they would want to maybe do this. People probably aren't summoning to begin with on this character, so they're like, okay, let's extend this, and then when we release characters like right away, right, that this Roxy is made to be comboed with, people are gonna be rushing into summon after the fact. So why would I think that they would extend this banner? I think it's very simple. For the same reason why all the way back when Excalibur Arthur came out, and we were like, why is this character in the game? He sucks. Like, there's no reason for this character to exist. The whole, like, full human team, HP, garbage, right? And then, oh well, Bon. And then they extended Arthur's banner so that if you skipped Arthur because you thought he sucked, which he did before Bon came out, right? If you thought Arthur sucked and you didn't summon for him, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I will summon for Arthur. So I think it's going to be a similar case. And Roxy, where is she? Is also a human support, which is a coincidence. But why would they want to extend? I mean, we've had the tease for the collab for a while now. I think it is when the collab is going to drop. I think if I go on the Grand Cross database, I would like to actually see the timeline here to have an idea if it's going to be actually next week. But the timeline people are expecting is the same that happened with not Tonar, but Bon, the Ragnarok Bon. So we had Bon, we had a Jormungandr banner for 2 weeks, and then we had another random banner for another 2 weeks. So that might actually be the timeline we look for. Next character to come out might just be a random character, and then we get the collab, or it could be the collab right away next week, but we don't know. So what could be the collab? I mean, we've been talking extensively about this, right? The suspicion is Attack on Titan, and it would make sense. Where is Aaron? It would make sense for Attack on Titan because they're humans, right? Bro, I can't type his name because I'm playing JP. Oh, I wish I could play this in English. Dear Lord, one day. They're all humans, and if we got more characters for Attack on Titan, guess what? They would also be humans, right? They wouldn't make like an actual like playable Titan. We had kind of a playable Titan, sort of, with Aaron, but not really. And yeah, it makes total sense. Now, they would have to obviously update the stats of these characters. Aaron has 30% crit chance, not the best combo with Roxy, but they probably wouldn't care to update this Aaron to begin with, honestly, given what happened with Slime, where they released a new Rimuru. So the old Rimuru, it wasn't the buff that he got wasn't the best, right? Benimaru got a super sick buff, and so did Milim, but then the old Rimuru did not, because there was going to be a new Rimuru, so probably this Aaron's going to be tossed away in the garbage, and we're going to get a new Aaron. If that's the case, but also we have Levi, which guarantees crit. Sounds good for him to, have a character that relies on crits. You know what I mean? And then Mikasa, I mean, they could just buff her. Mikasa could be such a good unit if they buff her and, like, buff how this card works. Not this one. I mean, both, honestly. But her cards suck, but, like, her passive has so much potential. So much. So, if they could give her a buff her passive a little bit, buff her cards, change her cards, man. Her cards suck. She could be such a good unit. But with that being said, the other suspicion is that it will be Stranger Things. Now, dear Lord, please don't be Stranger Things. It was not cool when it came out. It will not be cool now. But if it is, I mean, 11 is kind of a crit-based character. She has only 81%, which for today's standards is garbage. But back in the day, for the standards that of the time, were good. So if they buffed her, this card could hit like a truck, you know, like it used to. Plus, of course, obviously the Roxy extra damage and stuff like that. Now, the other characters, I don't know if they can be saved. I mean, with the buffs, they all can. Like, Milim was a obscenely horrible unit. Like, actual garbage. And, you know, after the buff, she became a character that people unironically used. So it's like, you know, the buff could bring up, like, anything, right? Will is a hard one for me to believe, but it can. I always say Farmer with a shotgun is the character most people would want to see a buff on, because he is by far, honestly, the best. Just in the fact that he didn't age as poorly as like 11. 11 aged horribly, where day one we're like, oh my god, shit's so harsh. It's like Blue Sauriel, right? And then that's such a terrible, that's such an interesting comparison to say right now, because Red Sauriel, which was what we were comparing her, is garbage now, right? And obviously she would be garbage. But Jim, he has the stun, which is annoying. His passive is pretty cool still. If he gets like a minor like tankiness buff, and like the type of character he is, they should have given him more defenses and not like 81 crit chance, you know what I mean? He doesn't need to crit. I mean, if he crits and it works well with Roxy, then cool, but he didn't need to, and they could improve his kit for sure. Make his passive a little more consistent, and you know, his relic could help with that as well. So obviously, I'm not gonna ask which collab you feel more hyped for, because I don't think there are more than 4 of you that would say Stranger Things, like Lamau. But being realistic, I don't know if they will be bringing back Attack on Titan due to, I don't know, budget reasons. Attack on Titan is about to have like a collab with Fortnite, so I think that is like a good indication that it could be. You know, if Attack on Titan is wanting to promote the new season, that's like the best time for them to have collabs with games. But Grand Cross is stupid. You need to remember that. They don't promote stuff. Like when the new movies come out, right? For 7 Deadly Sins, they don't promote the new movies. They don't make collabs with new movies like a normal game would. Like they don't bring Kid Tristan into the game because they don't know how to market. Anyways, hoping for the best. If you have not summoned for Roxy yet, that's another reason for you to wait. They're extending the banner for 2 weeks. So, yeah.